Okay.
Hello, I'm Pastor Carroll, Pastor Samuel Carroll. I'm pastor of the Greater Calvary Family Worship Center around the corner, 317 Madison Avenue. I'm standing in front of the New Jerusalem Baptist Church here, 1100 D Street. And we're dealing with the aspect that it was a deal made. I don't know exactly how it went off, but they said between Bishop Rogers and Barlow in the city, and Bishop Rogers was given $1.4 million for this building. And the money came from the Community Development Block Grant Program money. Now that's money from the federal government to HUD for the development and the building up of the black community. Now, they took that money, $1.4 million, bought this building. Now, they say it's not worth it now, so I don't know why they would pay that for it. Anyway, they spent the money out of the money they should have went to developing this black community. They bought it for the purpose of tearing it down. Tearing it down is going to be another $750,000. Now, you got $2.2 million on nothing but dirt. You got some lots around that came with it, but nothing but dirt. Now, we have a paper here, and we'll give you a copy of that. That whereas it's from the a memorandum of agreement between the City of Las Vegas, the Office of Community Services, and the Nevada Historic Preservation Officer regarding the demolition of existing structures located at 1100 D Street and 1122 D Street and 308 Jefferson Avenue and 304 Madison. So they already tore down 304 Madison. I just noticed that on it now. They've torn that down. Now, this is our take on it. We would want to be consulted. Me and Pastor James here. She's pastor of Faith Church. Faith Apostolic Church. She's pastor of that church. Our address is on here. I'm going to read this part. Whereas the city, in consultation with the Nevada Historic Preservation Office, SHPO, has determined that the undertaking may have an adverse effect on 1100 D Street, 1122 D Street, 308 Jefferson, 1200 D Street, 300 Madison, 301 Madison, 307 Madison, 308 Madison, which is her address, 308 Madison Avenue, and we are presently
311 Madison.
311 Madison right here. Unevaluated, so it's unevalued, and 311 Madison Avenue, and 317, which is my address, 317 Madison Avenue. I own 317 and 315. So, and you're at 311. So we're right next to those four numbers, go up to it. So we're eligible for the listing in the Nevada Register of Historic Places under Criterion A. We were not contacted as designated by this document. We were not contacted on the adverse effect it would have on our churches and on the community here, and we're in opposition of this tearing down of this church. And we need to get someone really to get in support of this, because this needs to stop. This church is a large church. It's got this big sanctuary here. You can have a wedding chapel. You can have meetings, funerals, repasses. You got a 2-story building over here. We use for training. It can be used for training in different crafts. Could come in and use that building. Got offices upstairs. You can have churches that don't have places to meet. They could come and meet. They could get an hour, 2 hours a week. Civil meetings could take place here. This is a plant here that could be used to advance the community. So it's a shame that's being torn down. Matter of fact, they're in there working right now, taking the asbestos out of it, because the destruction of it, they want to start this week. Hopefully it don't. So we need to really have a standing up from this community, a support from this community to say, hey, enough is enough. If you look at this community, they've torn down apartment complexes, homes. This was a private community. Do you know Las Vegas is one of the only communities in the United States of America? Every home on the Westside area was a custom home. Every home was a custom home. The owner built it. Wasn't no tract homes in here. And they went to Berkeley Square. But in the old West Side is all tract homes. And I know, listen, I lived on 310 Jackson. Behind me lived a guy named Jody Cannon. He was a strip executive. Strip executive, Jody Cannon. And he used to work at the town tavern out on the strip. I'm just this community, Moody, the police Moody, lived on the corner from me. That's what this neighborhood. You end up in the first black police. Remember Moody? Remember Moody?
It's historic.
The historic. I know this is historic, and they're tearing it down. I think it's nothing but gentrification. I think somebody's standing in the shadows, some billionaire, some millionaire that's paying for these political campaigns, and they're getting this land for them and come over here and build what they want to build and run black people off the west side. I think we need to come to a place where we stand up for something or fall for anything and take a stand. Take a stand on this side of town. Enough is enough. They've been getting away with it. That's why they tried. They when they came with it, taking no money from your community, money that should have been up building this community. They tore down 2 sets of apartments right over here, on the other side over here. 2 sets of apartments right there. Right there, right there. 2 sets of apartments was over there. There was a red brick apartment that was up near the street. Red bricks. Real nice.
You know the cold part about that?
Yeah.
Remember when we was young, they used to say, man, we can't see downtown.
Right.
Downtown couldn't see us because we had them big buildings.
Right. We had them over here.
Now look.
They
They're standing over us like they our big brothers. Like they're looking down at us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's how they look at it.
Right.
We looking down at this community.
That's it. They tore down the Cove Hotel, tore down the Jackson Hotel, tore down the El Morocco. You know, they tore down the Hughes Liquor. All this was torn down, destroyed.
You can tell they was going to take this community because look at the lights.
Right.
You can tell they did the streets.
Right. These lights weren't for black people.
So that
those
tells
lights are not for black. Those trees are not for black people.
That tells you what they were planning on doing.
Right.
And now they come in and start taking our churches. Yeah, you start on our churches. That's our religion.
Right.
Now what we gonna pray on?
Right.
You taking our spirit. You done took our heart. Now you taking our spirit.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What we gonna have left?
That's right.
You know, I'm born right here in 1960. You seeing a grown up right here. Look at it. Let me ask you a question. Since 1960, what have you seen built in our community?
Right.
But since 1960, what have you seen taken away from this community? Stand up.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We sit here, and we sit here and we talk a lot of talk. But you messing with our religion.
You messing with it.
The church.
And if you can take one,
it's gonna triple down.
If you can take one, let me tell these pastors something. They may be listening today. I want you to realize, you think that you're safe, you got all your land and everything. Let me tell you something. They got a law in the works right now, but they can change that law, that 1,500 feet from a church to have a liquor store, have a bar, have a supper club. They're changing that law. It's going to come closer to your building, and they may just have it where you be uncomfortable enough. You want to sell.
That's right.
You want to get out of here.
Why you think?
Because of the environment that they bring into your in your vicinity, around your church. So they need to stop it now at the gate. We're the gatekeepers. We got to stop it here. We can't let it go no further.
Why you think the homeless is not behind F Street under that wall no more? Where you think they at now? Through this community. See, they infest the community to make you feel like it ain't safe, it ain't comfortable. But look, they can't go nowhere but this way. They can't go nowhere but this way. This land is worth millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Yes.
It is.
It's the only place don't flood.
It is.
Now, by the way, while you tearing down our church, is it a black person working in there?
No.
So this is what we said. We need something for black people. We ain't racist, but we're gonna stand up for black people.
Right.
Black people.
That's right.
And we ain't scared to say, matter of fact, let me tell you this, black Americans.
Right.
Americans, why are you doing this to us? We are black Americans.
That's right.
Holler if you hear me.
We're not the enemy.